get back, get back, get back down.
So the marathon project began in the first lockdown, and kind of theatre had been completely shut and everyone was unemployed and miserable, and our company, a company called The Letter Room, we were like, should we just try and make something? Because we know all these kind of theatre companies from just around, we've seen kind of different musical theatre companies, and so we got in touch with a company called Spit Lip, who are our kind of pals, and then we're like, do you want to make a thing? Because we've always talked about doing stuff together, but there's never the chance. And they were like, great. And they sent back this random idea about the marathon. And then we were like, oh, should we get Sheep Soup involved? And so we got in touch with Sheep Soup. And then Sheep Soup were like, should we get Burnt Lemon involved?
And then we came along.
And then you came along, and you got that funny email, didn't you, from
David. That started, I found it. Captioned, fancy running a marathon. And this was on the 22nd of June 2020.
Wow.
So,
oh my gosh.
been a long time.
Yeah, and then so you've got, The Letter Room, Spit Lip, Sheep Soup,
Not Too
Lemon.
Tame.
And then Not Too Tame got involved.
And
then,
BAC Beatbox Collective.
yeah, and then like a whole host of individual artists as well. And then so before we knew it, there was about 25 of us. And we were all kind of like, let's collaborate on this thing that we don't know what it is, but
and some of us haven't collaborated with other companies before as well. So, when else would we normally get the chance to have this many people free to work on a project? And also say no to the balmy idea that Spit Lip sent over.
yeah. And it was just a really nice way of going, all right, well, there's nothing going on. Let's make something together and try and experiment and work in collaboration and meet a whole bunch of artists. And also eventually we got paid for it as well, which was so important when we were all unemployed for a really long time.
Thank you, Arts Council.
So yeah, that's kind of how we started, really.
Yeah, so we started making some tracks, and it was really cool because one person would write something, then a different company would write the music for it, and then someone would sing it, and then just send it, and then everybody would gather in harmonies, and it was such a exciting, also scary. I think it took a moment for, people to go, okay, here's my baby, do with it what you will.
Yeah, do you remember the early Zooms? There was a lot of, oh, this is so rubbish, but here you go.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my god.
And then when
this is
people
amazing.
started going, oh, how's this? La, 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 la. And then everybody got more confident with just sort of chucking ideas into the abyss and seeing what happened. So yeah, we made some tracks.
Yeah. And we made some really homemade music videos.
Yes, I remember.
For those tracks, kind of us all in lockdown, like running around outside in various costumes.
Yeah, I remember me and Cara running around a park to try and get some marathon footage of running. What else did we do? And then we did In Good Company night.
Yes.
Was that first or was it?
Yes, that was the first one. So it was like a kind of online. It was when theatres were trying to blur the live meets Zoom thing because no one could be in theatres,
and we thought it was going to be choose your own adventure. So we trialed that at the In Good Company night.
Yes, so it was like a narrative, and the audience could like pick which song and which runner they want to follow and which lane they want to race down. And I just remember Zoe and Tash
being the commentators
and just absolutely improvising it, and the whole night
being
was
amazing,
just bonkers. And we were like all in the Zoom waiting room before we started. It was like we were all backstage together.
And then I remember when it ended, and then we also all went on a Zoom link and we were all celebrating. It was like we were there in person.
And Alice was just in a load of lycra.
Yeah,
I just got that memory.
And like didn't dress it in water. Am I right?
Yeah, she did. And then so we did the Good Company night, and then we moved and did the Lowry kind of. It was in the theatre but still streamed. So again, it was like you could kind of see theatre trying to get back to normal.
Such an interesting time again. That, wasn't it? And we were also going, oh, what happens to the marathon next as stuff goes into being live again, and how do we navigate that?
Yeah, we just had that realisation, didn't we? So it's going to be an online show, and then we're like, actually, we've got out of lockdown, no one really wants to watch online stuff anymore.
And as artists, we had different needs as well. We've been making work over Zoom for so long.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like we wanted to be in person, and how do we...
But we knew the music was like solid, so we're like, okay, let's just So then we focus on getting the music mixed and produced to release an album, and then like we need to get in a room together, and so that's how we ended up here, like filming some of the songs to kind of finish it, I suppose.
I mean, you know, to all of these tracks that we've just heard sort of through our earphones, or other people's voices through our earphones, or, you know, through our computer, to be in a room. And some of us we haven't met at all until we did rehearsals 2 weeks ago, and that was the first time. Yeah. And it kind of, I was like, oh, you're a bit taller or shorter than I thought you. I know. I was like, we know each other. Rob Green.
And that's we've only got 6 songs, and there's like 25 songs on the album. It's amazing.
Yeah. The amount of work, the amount of hours. I was trying to work out how much time we've actually spent on the Marathon project over these 2 years, and
I reckon a lot.
Yeah. I think so too. But yeah, it's got us through, hasn't it?